Are you satisfied with the life you have? Would you leave a stable job with good pay to pursue what you consider to be your dream life? Have you ever wondered if such a thing exists? How can you know if it's the ideal life if you've never lived it? I've always had a creative soul. As a child, I loved writing stories, drawing and exploring paths where I could build huts with reeds. As I grew older, that creativity evolved into designing items like planners and Christmas cards for family. However, despite all my desires and passions, the next part of my story is not very different from that of many other people. Maybe it's similar to yours too. There came a time when I wanted to leave my parents' home to start a life of my own. I tended to start relationships that I didn't yet know wouldn't be good for me. I was convinced that the only path in life involved finding a stable job, whether I like it or not, getting married, and having kids. And since art wouldn't provide for me, it didn't seem to fit into the whole picture. I'm not saying that this isn't a good life, it certainly is, but for me, it didn't leave much scope for imagination, as Anne of Green Gables could say. So, I left all my creative dreams behind and took the entrance exams for the Catalan Regional Police Force. And for over 10 years, I've been a police officer in Barcelona. In Spain, being a police officer means having a good life, a good income, financial stability, and a group to belong to. I built myself a very well-furnished comfort zone. Over time, and after many mistakes in the realm of love, I met the best man on the planet. So, at 36, I had finally achieved the Spanish dream. But then, I felt more lost than ever. I couldn't help but wonder, is this it? Is this life? Should I settle and accept that this is the life I'm meant to live? It's a good life, a great one. Why don't I want it after all I've gone through to achieve it? Do I still want more? Does that make me selfish? I realized I had lost myself along the way. I've always wanted to draw, create stories and design beautiful things. I've dreamt of living near green landscapes and listening to the sound of birds over fields full of sheep. Because even if it's a silly note, I love sheep. So I tried to step out of my comfort zone once. 4 years ago, thanks to my husband's job mobility, his big heart and unconditional support, I took a leave from my job and we moved to Zaragoza. At that time, I thought that to be an illustrator, all I had to do was know how to draw. How naive of me! Oh, and yes, if you done the math correctly, you might have noticed that this was precisely the time of the global pandemic. Some succeeded during that era. I didn't. Those intense years taught me a lot, both good and bad. I made friends who became my kindred spirits, and I learned that from the darkest moments, new paths emerge. But none of that was enough for me to make a living. So we came back to Barcelona and I took my police job back again. Some say that a timely retreat is not a defeat, but a period of recharge to come back stronger. And that's what we're doing. But this time, we are moving to a cute little house in a tiny village in the so-called empty Spain. It doesn't have sheep, but very close to it, there are cows, horses, and oak forests. Now that I'm 41 years old, I'm going to try again. I'm not looking for a perfect life. There's no such thing as perfect, but I long for a kinder, more creative and peaceful one. So, if you also enjoy art, a quiet life, the smell of fireplaces in fall, or sipping a cup of coffee while looking at nature, we can have a great time here in this channel. Hello, I'm Nessa. Some say I have my head full of birds, and some think I'm brave. Both statements are true and false at the same time. But you know what? I like my birds. Are you coming with me on this adventure? I can't wait to share this journey with you. See you soon!